Welcome, everybody, back to the Neighbors Podcast. I'm Mitchell.
I'm David.
Welcome.
Yeah. You know what's funny, man? Every time we do this, I know we do it twice a week, but every time it just feels like it's getting so much longer and longer since we've done one.
You mean like we I haven't done a podcast in 3 days or whatever.
Yeah.
Been like a week.
It really has, and it just feels so weird.
At one point, though, just because of vacations and shit that came up, we had to do it like 3 episodes back to back to back. So
for sure. I kind of liked it, the little hustle and the bustle. It was kind of cool.
Yeah, but then anytime anyone asked me what we recorded about, I was like, I don't remember.
No, for sure. I hear it.
I was
it's
like,
just
I can't
funny though,
remember
too.
at all.
I'm just like, oh my god, how did I set this up right? I think that's how I do it.
Yeah.
But no, it's funny.
Configuring stuff on the computer and stuff?
No, just physically, does that plug in there? Yeah, that's right.
Oh.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Match shape, David? Damn.
What?
Match shapes. That's how you plug stuff in.
I was always the kid that tried to fit the circle in the square and the square in the circle, just because someone told me I couldn't, so I'm like, fuck you, I'm doing it.
You ever do it?
No. Can't say I did.
Yeah.
I tried, though.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
I can attest to that, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of nights staying up trying to figure out how.
God, what the fuck?
What?
What's happening? Yeah, man. I don't know.
It's interesting.
That's all. I think I went from streaming every day at one point, 7 days a week, and then with Synthopia I worked every day a lot of times too. So I'm like, oh yes, I have a day off. I don't have to do anything. Yesterday I was supposed to have D&D, which gets streamed on my channel.
Yeah. What's your channel?
Crits and Grins. So
okay.
CRITSN Grins.
GRINS.
Yeah. Normal stuff.
Okay.
But
that's
yeah,
on Twitch.
Yeah, we only stream 2 or 3 times a week, and it's all D&D related content. So if you like storytelling and people being weird, that's what it is.
Yeah.
But
here's a question I've always wondered. Sorry, it's just super sidetracked. Can you do a 2-man D&D thing?
Yeah, you absolutely could. Would it be as much fun? I don't know. I've never done two just like a DM and then the player.
Yeah.
I've done a 2-man or 2-player game.
So
where it was
people?
the DM and 2 people. Tanya and I did that once.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun actually.
Interesting.
But the thing with D&D is that when you first start out, your characters have no health.
Yeah.
So
you just die when somebody fucking
the more people there are, it makes it a little bit easier. It also depends on how
you died from the plague.
Yeah, no,
cool.
it can be like that. The way D&D works when you first start making a character is each class. So whatever class you choose,
right,
you have a certain hit dice, which is how many hit points you have, and what you'll roll for every time you level up, you'll roll this dice to get more hit points.
Oh, so if you level up, you could roll 1 and you got 1 more, or you could roll a 10.
Yeah, depending on your class, will dictate the dice.
That's tight.
And so, but even then, so if you're fighting something that has a decent modifier in whatever weapon that they're using, they could still one-shot you. Or there are some that have poison.
Yeah.
So they rate monsters in the game by a CR rating, which is challenge rating.
Okay.
And they do it down from 0 to 1/8, 1/4, 1/2.
Yeah.
All the way up, right?
All the way up to what? What's the highest?
23.
Oh my
I think.
God!
Yeah.
You're going by halves, quarters, thirds, and you get all the way up to 23.
Once it gets to 1, then it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it goes up.
Oh, this is a 13 and a half. Oh my God!
But
I've done 12 3/8, but not 13 and a half.
Yeah, so they set this up so that you can kind of do this mathematical equation to figure out, is this fight going to be balanced from the people I'm fighting against? There's a cool website called Cobalt Fight Club.
Yeah.
And you can just put in how many players you have, what level they are, and then put in the monsters, and it'll tell you if it's an easy, medium, hard, or deadly encounter.
Oh, that's cool.
I hate easy and medium encounters.
Yeah.
Because I think they're pointless.
You want to go big or go home?
Yeah, I think every fight. I mean, I guess there are some, but I would say the majority of fights that you have should be life threatening.
Yeah.
There should be a reason for that fight.
Do you gain more experience the harder it is too?
Yeah, so the higher level monsters. But usually if it's a higher level monster, it means that you're higher level too, and you need more XP to level anyway.
Interesting.
Yeah, so
that's cool.
If you only have 2 people,
yeah, shit's tough.
Yeah, because
those easies become mediums.
I think it's a 1/8 or a 1/4 CR, but it's a giant centipede, and they don't do shit for damage on their normal style stuff. But if they hit you with their poison shit, you'll fucking die.
Love it.
Yeah,
I hate centipedes already.
Yeah, they
is there an
fuck you
option
up.
to just turn tail and run?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, that's the best thing about D&D is that you can literally do whatever you want.
That's awesome. Have you seen the community episodes where they do D&D?
No, I heard about it though.
Dude, we should watch that one time.
I know the Russo brothers, I think, did those.
I think it's 2 episodes or 3 of them.
Yeah.
One might be broken down into 2 parts, or there's just
maybe
2
they didn't
D&D
do
episodes.
those,
But dude, it's so funny. I feel like you, after playing, would definitely get a hoot out of it. Get a kick.
Yeah, I firmly believe that there is a role-playing game. D&D fantasy stuff might not be for everybody, but role-playing is for everybody, for sure.
For sure. I mean, so different than What Ifs.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
It's just with rules.
Or Would You Rather.
It's just more rules. Yeah,
100%.
and that's, I think, D&D can look daunting at times because there's a lot to it, but when you start playing it, it's like, it's not that bad.
No.
And you only have to worry about you for the first little bit, and then as people start to do stuff, you start to remember what they can do and how you can pair off with them. But I love that game, dude. I never expected it because I always thought people who played D&D and Magic the Gathering were like the nerdiest people.
Dude, I used to be so huge into Magic the Gathering. I still have my deck at home. I fucking loved that game.
I never got into Magic. I never really got into any card games that were specific to like that stuff. Like
Yu-Gi-Oh?
I never got into Yu-Gi-Oh. I got into
Pokemon?
Pokemon in terms of trading the cards, but I never
I never
the game.
played. I just
don't know
collected them.
I watched, there was a Pokemon card game tournament on Twitch. Mm-hmm. And it was the most fucking confusing thing. I was watching them, and at one point, they both just pick up their decks and start like looking through it. And I'm like, what? I guess there's a card that allows you to do that or something. I don't know. They're just like, oh yeah, I want this one.
So you know how everybody's into like that ASMR or whatever it's called? I love watching like Yu-Gi-Oh! Magic Pokemon, just like card game fails or rages. It satisfies me so much.
All of a sudden, I started getting ads for this one dude who does like Pokemon booster pack openings. I'm like, dude, why am I getting this?
Yes, I think I've seen the same dude, except I think mine was like straight Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, like he probably does it all.
It's like that one video that pops up in your timeline. You're like, oh, that sounds interesting. So you watch it, and then all of a sudden,
it's just all it is.
Flood of them. You're like, all right, cool. YouTube. I watched one video.
Yeah,
just one.
No, but it was like Facebook, and I was like, I don't know why I'm getting this shit.
Interesting.
But I mean, I never got into those games. But when I was asked, in 2015 to play D&D because one of my friends that I met, from streaming, who he's visited here. He's in the Navy. This was before he was going to basic training. Yeah. And he's like, dude, I want to run a D&D campaign for you. I was like, no. I was like, I don't give a fuck about D&D. Like, it's so nerdy to me. Mm-hmm. Like, I pictured people who played D&D either like super fat and like mom's, basement, like sweaty, can't walk down the street without hawking up their lung,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Or they just wore capes. Like, they walked around and wore capes.
Like McLovin and role models?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly like that. Yeah. I'm like, that's who plays D&D.
And also, for the record, just to set this straight, I know his character name in role models is not McLovin, but McLovin is the universal name that everybody knows him by. Yeah, so I used it. I merged 2 movies.
Why would you give yourself one name? It's like, what was between that and Muhammad? Dude. Why the fuck would it be that or Muhammad?
I fucking love that movie.
Muhammad's the most commonly used name on earth. Could read a fucking book for once. I love that shit.
Hot take, though. The first half of the movie is great. Second half, I don't need to watch it. You lose me. Don't care.
Oh, super bad?
Yep. I don't think it's funny. It's way too serious for me.
I love it. Yeah,
the movie is great, but I can binge the first half, no problem.
I was watching this interview, and it's like loosely based off of Seth Rogen and his friends. When they originally wrote it, because they wrote it together, it was supposed to be Seth and them.
15 or 16, weren't they?
Yeah, it was supposed to be Seth and his friend, but then his friend like was in movie stuff. Like, I think he produced and directed or did shit like that and wrote, but he never acted. He just didn't like that part of it.
Interesting.
So then they cast, that's why their names are Seth in the movie, and he plays the... So, yeah, I love those movies. I mean, those movies couldn't be made now, which is better.
Do you listen to Armchair Expert, that podcast?
Is Armchair Expert with Dak?
Yeah, Dak Prescott.
Yeah, no, I don't.
No, not Dak Prescott.
It's Dak Shepard.
Thank you. Yeah.
With Kristen Bell's husband.
Yep.
Yeah, so no, I have not listened to it. Kirsten does, though. Kirsten fucking loves that podcast.
It's really good. I don't listen to it as much as I should, but they had Bill Hader on the other day. And so I was listening
he's a funny
guy. He's hilarious. But I was listening to his interview, and it was like when he was starting to break out into Hollywood, and he had the option for a lead role, and he turned it down because he wanted to like keep doing smaller gigs to like practice and build himself up. So he took Superbad.
Oh yeah.
And literally like one of the agents said, "You're telling me you're gonna turn this lead role down?" And he didn't say the movie for Superbad, and he didn't respond. And then a year later, when Superbad was killing it and the other movie wasn't, he responded with, "Yep."
I
think it's cool.
I would just recently looked at Superbad's box office stuff, and they made like 100-something million, and the production budget was 20. And that alone, like the production budget for that movie, $20 million, just seems outrageous.
Yeah, for sure.
They must have spent most of the money on like the cop car, like blowing up the cop car and shit.
Yeah.
Because where is that money going?
100%.
Other than the actors, I suppose.
You know what? I'd be curious.
They didn't. I mean, they filmed probably all on set. They were never on location.
I think they had to do a location a couple times.
Maybe for like the track and field stuff, but the classroom would have been a set. Like, you know.
Yeah.
All that shit.
I would think there'd be more locations than we think.
I don't know.
But I mean, again with that movie,
a little bit, but even that wouldn't be $20 million.
Right. But with that movie, I feel like it's either like you're surprised that it's either nothing or it's everything more than you thought.
Yeah, dude, there's some movies that I don't even remember being out in the theater. I don't remember Step Brothers being out in the theater.
Oh, I do. That was the first rated R movie I like snuck into.
Yeah, I never.
Besides Saw 2, but I left halfway through that because I felt guilty. Not even halfway. I didn't make it like more than 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Fucking loser. Square. I'm a square.
Yeah, for sure. You definitely are a square.
Yep.
I watched Saw, the first one, at Jesse's house.
Saw the first one was great.
And I remember this because I was laying on his bed. Jesse was laying. So his bed was like tucked into a corner. And like...
that's how mine is right now.
When you're watching the TV, behind you is a window. That's a little higher up.
Oh, that's creepy.
But no, it wasn't that bad.
Nah, already I don't like that.
So he was sitting with his back against like the mattress and watching it. And I was there. And I think it was like really towards the end when the jigsaw guy gets up or whatever. But he had his cat, I think it was Abner, his cat Abner, was on the windowsill that I didn't know. And like during like a certain scene, he like jumped on me because he was trying to get out. And I remember it's that part, like, I was like, what the fuck is going on? And, yeah, that was the first time I watched Saw. Saw 2 was good, and then the rest of them is now just murder porn. And it's honestly terrifying that there's no anything to it anymore.
Yeah. I thought, like you said, the first two. I thought the first one had, like, a pretty solid little story, don't take shit for granted kind of thing. Cool little message.
The first one was good, dude. And the first one was... the other guy who was chained up, not the doctor,
the photographer
guy.
Yeah,
that was, he wrote it, and that was for a school project. It was the same thing that happened with Paranormal Activity. Yeah,
they're both. That was for a school project.
Paranormal Activity was made with $10,000.
See, I was gonna ask you that. Like, how cheap do you think you could make a movie that would be successful?
He made it for $10,000, and it was like it's made like $300 million worldwide, and then it's spawned 6 movies.
So how much profit of that does he get to keep?
Don't know. I don't know what his contract is. It's probably a lot.
Yeah. Like, $10,000, fuck it, cool.
Yeah. I mean, but the other thing, too, is, like, that didn't spawn movie careers for anybody. The 2 people who were in it, what have they done?
No, that's fair.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
I really like those movies. I don't know why I do.
Here's the thing, though, too. What did you say it made? Like, 10 million? 3 million?
No, like 300 million.
Oh, 300 million. Okay, yeah. Here's the thing, though, too. Like, so you're one
worldwide,
of the...
but yeah.
You're one of, like, the actors or actresses around there, right? Okay, say it makes 300 million, say... I don't know. In your contract,
you don't have to do anything.
Yeah. Say you get like a third of the profits.
Yeah.
So you get $100 million.
Yeah.
Then you give the 2 actors or actresses like 20 million. Okay.
Yeah. No, I mean, for sure, 100%.
Dude,
that guy made
$20 million. I'd be like, you know what? Fuck it. One movie. I'm done. Let's go live my life.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm moving to rural Montana.
Do you remember? You know what I heard was like Alabama was the place to retire because everything's cheap as fuck out there.
I don't think I could do the South. No disrespect or anything to the South. I don't think I could do it. Too much shit that can kill me down there that I don't want to deal with.
Yeah, there's a lot of swamp stuff.
Swamps, gators, spiders, snakes. Like, fuck that.
Yeah,
I'm staying Pacific Northwest.
That's fair. I'm just saying that was the place because it was cheap.
Yeah.
So your money will go further. But
for sure, you're not.
Do you remember when Paranormal came out? Like the reason it was, you had to go to Fandango or to like some movie website and request it. And get enough people in your city to request it at a time. Now, I think this was a marketing ploy. I think it was always going to come. But because of what I know about how distribution goes, if he didn't sell the rights to anybody, I can't remember who put it out.
I want to find out.
But at one point, I don't think it was sold to anyone. So, what the fuck is that? Oh. Yeah, so it made $107 million. Okay, so it made less than I thought. It made $200 million worldwide. But it cost $15,000 production budget.
Damn.
Okay. So Paramount was the one who did it. So he sold the rights to Paramount, which then they made 2, 3, 4 marked ones. And it looks like there was one called Paranormal Activity Ghost, which I don't know what that is.
I wonder if that's like an origin story.
The Ghost Dimension.
Oh, interesting.
I don't remember this coming out, but
did it come out, or was it just like supposed to be made?
It looked like it came out. I mean, it made money, so it had to come out.
Makes sense.
Duh. Yeah, Jason. No, it's Oren. Oren Pelly is his name. And then he did that movie Area 51, which did. Oh, he did a movie called Area 51, which was probably a similar thing that did not do well. But
I was thinking of District 9.
Horror. I've said this before, I think, on the podcast. Horror movies would be what I'd make, because. But the other thing too is I think people are so desensitized though that everyone will go to a horror movie pretty much. There's a select few people who won't, but you can make it for really really small amount of money and make good money too. I mean, even the movie fucking Slenderman that came out that Sony put out, which was the biggest dog shit movie I've ever seen, especially for something that has such a cool lore like Slenderman being completely made up in like 2010 or 2013 to becoming like this crazy folklore thing that like somehow the people who made that wrote it and then they created so much stuff that it seemed like he had been around for forever.
Oh no shit.
They photoshopped old pictures with him in it. They did they put stuff everywhere and then it just looked like he had been like, oh, how have we never heard of this? It was weird.
Interesting.
And then the video game was cool. And the first one was just like collect 10 pieces of paper. That's the game. And then they made another one which had more parts. And then they made a movie and the movie's terrible. But and then dude, those little girls fucking remember hearing about that? Mm-hmm. Those two little girls lured that other girl out and stabbed her so many times. I can't remember how many times. Dude. And the girl lived. I think they got sentenced to prison like juvenile prison. I don't know what that's called because they're like 8.
Correction, like juvenile
correction, but they're like in prison for like life, I think. And they're like 8. They got tried as adults and shit because they knew what they were doing.
That's unreal.
Yeah, well, they might have pled insanity to some extent, but still, they're in there for forever.
Did you hear about now bear with me here, I might butcher this, so I need to fact check it, but there were these guys that did a Kickstarter to like fund a movie, and they got a bunch of money. And they took that money and they went on vacation with it. And then they like made a video of the reactions of people. And then like
that was the movie.
Aired that and everybody loved it.
No, that's fucked up.
But I mean, everybody loved it. It's super weird. Yeah, like
I'd be pissed.
That's Inception, dream within a dream.
I'd be pissed if I. I guess it depended on what kind of movie I was kickstarting.
Yeah, I mean, I could be wrong too, so like, don't quote me on that. But I remember hearing something about it on the radio, and it was just this huge mindfuck.
Here's Kickstarter is super powerful. So speaking of D&D, I watched a show called Critical Role. So if you don't know anything about D&D, that might not be the best place to start, but it will at least be entertaining in a show. The hardest part when you're watching it is it's 4 hours, so it's a lot of time. But it's all done by professional voice actors. Okay. So these people, Sam Riegel has like an Emmy. Matthew Mercer, who's the DM, is in Overwatch. He's done Dragon Ball Z. He did Resident Evil. He's done so many big things. And
what was he in Resident Evil?
I don't remember. He played one of the guys who's like really popular that people really, really love.
Really?
Yeah, I can't remember his name though.
Did you say his name was Matt Mercer?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Laura Bailey, Travis Willingham, they just did, Travis Willingham just played Wilson Fisk in the Spider-Man PS4.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, they're super big voice actors in animation and anime and everything. So they're really good at acting. So it makes it more fun because they stay in character and shit. So it's like a professional D&D, right?
Dude, he's been in a lot of shit, this Matt Mercer guy.
Yeah, he's been in a lot. He's really good. But they just did a Kickstarter to do an animated short.
Oh, that'd be cool.
For one of their series, right? And they went and talked to like Netflix and Hulu and all these people, but they didn't really get, I guess apparently they didn't really get what they wanted from them, or the company said no. So they put on a Kickstarter to raise $750,000 to do a 22-minute episode.
Yeah.
Because the production company that they were going with, the animation company they're going with, was a little bit more expensive, but they just wanted to make sure that when they did it right.
That's cool.
They raised $1 million in 42 minutes.
Oh, shit.
And ended up raising like $11 million. And so they're doing a whole I think it's a 8 or 10 episode series.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's like how popular D&D is right now.
That's wild, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's nuts. So Kickstarter can get you a lot, for sure.
Oh, for sure. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Damn.
I think they're the They're definitely top 10 highest grossing Kickstarters of all time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for them. That's incredible.
Yeah, it's super cool. That's what I just power of fucking, and that's one thing, man. I like to read and I like to write, and that's all D&D is.
Yeah, I just I cleared off a bunch of space on my my shelf, and I stacked all my books I want to read on there.
How many? Like 2?
No, they're I think it's like 4 picture books.
So it's encyclopedias.
No, just pictures, no words.
Yeah,
just kidding.
I think it's Dr.
like
Seuss.
No, it's the little engine that could.
Yeah,
12 times.
12 times. Yeah,
languages.
yeah.
But
there's this book series called Left Behind.
Okay.
They're short. There's an adult version of it. Mm-hmm. So there's like 8, and then but when I was in middle school, they created a teen version. So it's like, but it's all connected.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you're an adult, you're reading about the adults, but then if you're reading the kids version, you're reading like the kids of the adults, and like they kind of connect more, but not.
That's interesting. Not like a direct connection, but like kind of like enough to paint the picture and give you a foundation.
Yeah, I mean, they're like the main character in the adult version, like is in this a lot.
Oh, okay.
A decent amount.
Interesting.
But they were short. They're like 150 pages.
Yeah.
I was reading those like one a day.
Dude, you know what's funny?
Because they were super quick.
Back in like school, when you had to do like book reports or book projects and shit like that, I would give 2 shits if the book was super easy or super hard. If it was like more than 65 pages, I'm not touching it. Literally
Really?
got to the point that like my teachers stopped, and like for book projects, they're like, all right, bring me 5 books that you think are like appropriate.
Yeah.
And I brought back a bunch of books, and they're like, no, I'm picking your book now. And they picked like this 230 page monster. I'm like, are you guys serious?
230 pages isn't that long.
No, it's nothing.
Yeah.
But like I didn't care about reading. So I was just like, dude, this is a nightmare. What are you doing? Like I have to read like 50 pages a night.
Yeah, I think book reports and stuff like that actually do the opposite. They deter people from wanting to read, especially if they choose your book, because if they choose what you're reading, you're not really going to care.
I was also just cheating the hell out of the system, for sure.
Yeah,
I didn't care what I was reading regardless. I was just picking the shortest, easiest thing, so I could just breeze through this report.
Yeah, I mean,
so joke's on me. I deserve it, 100%.
I did creative writing, and I had Mr. Cameron, Brad. He wrote a trilogy of books, the Zeke Proper Chronicles.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and so the first one he did, it was called Odin's Light. And that, because he was a big mythology kind of guy too. He taught mythology too.
Yeah, I took that class.
And so he called it Odin's Light, and he self-published that book. And then later he got picked up by a publisher, and then he did 3.
Damn, that's cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. I can't remember I think it's Zeke Proper. Man, I can't remember the first one. The second one, there's like Odin's Gate, I think, and some voyage. I can't remember exactly what they're called, but look up Zeke Proper Chronicles if you want to look at it. But I remember I loved that class.
Yeah.
Because there's no wrong answer. The wrong answers were misspelling a word or your grammar was incorrect, right?
Or just if you couldn't like back up or like justify why you did what you did.
Yeah, but like even then it didn't matter.
No, but like it was never wrong. He would work with you to get you to explain it. So it wasn't wrong. He would just help you.
So, but I took advantage of that class because I could never fail because we would write and then we'd have to edit the paper, right? He would edit it. Like if
That's
you
tight.
could ask him, and I was like, "Here, will you edit this?" And so he would edit it, and as long as I made the corrections that he made, I can't really fail the class. And he showed me this thing called National Novel Writing Month, which is in November. It's called www.nanoraymo. So it's like the first 2 letters and then like 3 in the writing. .org, and it's 50,000 words in the month is what you're supposed to write, and then they're supposed to help you, like it's a challenge, and they're supposed to help you then get it published or self-published or help give you at least the tools to like look into it. And then in July it's Camp National Novel Writing Month, meaning they put you in like virtual cabin and then you can talk with people.
Oh, that's cool.
And so we did that in school because I had it that semester.
Yeah.
And I couldn't finish. I got to like
21,000
words. Yeah.
Fuck, that's impressive. Dude, that good for you.
Which is a lot. But I did it when I lived in Amsterdam in July, and I finished that.
Damn, good
50,000, yeah, in like 21 days.
You know what's funny? I had at my sophomore year of college through my junior year, so 2 years, I would just like type out like a bunch of pages, and like I put together like a 120-page document, just like random shit. Like the whole premise was like this guy like wakes up and there's 2 doors in front of him. And he's always like wandering through 2 doors, but it doesn't matter. Like and another 2 doors, no matter what door he goes through, and like no matter what you do, they always lead you back to the start. So he just goes in a giant circle. And I read it one day. I was like, this is such shit. And I just deleted it all.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't even know like where it started.
sometimes you just need to get creative thoughts out there, man.
Yeah, it was cool.
Well, like that to me is more like I want to be creative and I don't know in what platform I want to do it in, so I'm just going to do this. It's the same thing where it's like if you're angry, like you type an email out and you delete the email.
100%. I do that all the time.
That's what
I
that
also
was.
think we were playing so much Call of Duty that I just got bored with it and I just need to mix it up.
Yeah, I mean,
Which it was kind of nice. It was cool, but again, like I wasn't reading shit because I just didn't want to.
Yeah, so. I love creativity and stuff like that. It's just it's a shame to see that people really aren't that into it, but a lot of people are getting into D&D, which does reading, writing, and creative thinking.
I think we went through like such a peak of like you either were creative or you weren't, and now it's like kind of fallen back to now everybody's kind of like it's okay to dip your toe in the water and try this stuff and like kind of put yourself out there.
Yeah, I mean, I think for what happened really was for the longest time, you couldn't act like you liked certain things for fear of being like picked on or certain things like that.
Judged 100%, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I talked about it earlier, but that's what I mean is like the nerd is the new jock, meaning like jocks are fucking nerds and they play all of these games and now they own it.
The stigma's gone.
Yeah, it's all gone.
Yeah. It's like, dope, you're a fucking college football player and you do D&D like 4 nights a week? Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean... Yep, they all do. I mean, they might not play D&D, but they play games.
Something, yeah.
They play games for sure. That was such a weird thing. It was like I don't know. I don't know how it happened, but yeah, now it's definitely popular. I mean, being professional YouTuber, video games, or esports, or just as a content creator, like those things are there, and they're such creative platforms that. You can't, if you want to grow, you don't really shut yourself off to a certain market unless you know your niche. Like, if you know you're going to do makeup or if you know you're going to do ASMR or whatever, then you stick to that. You stick in your lane. And that would be my suggestion for anybody who's trying to make it on any of those platforms is like find your niche and stick with it. Like, don't be something you're not. Don't try and do everything either.
Well, dude, the flaws they'll happen like that. That's it. Like, people will find it and expose it, and like that's it.
Yeah, I mean,
all
and
your
now
credibility's
gone. And that's the other thing too is if you say some shit that like someone calls you out for, but you like don't care, just don't apologize.
Also, can we stop and appreciate it? Like, I was very nervous to do that snap, and it just paid off.
Yeah, it was good.
It was like 50-50. Like, this is gonna work, or it's gonna be complete shit.
You thought you weren't gonna be able to snap?
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like just a little like.
Yeah.
Cool, just not firing up.
Thanos gets the gloves, can't snap. It's like, God, fuck, I didn't learn.
Dude, hang on, let me try again.
Yeah.
All right, there it is.
I got it, yeah.
Sorry, I need to put it on the right hand or the left hand. Fuck.
Yeah, it's definitely it's definitely gone. I think people are...
Yeah, the whole stigma. Nerd is the new jock. We covered that. We know what's up.
Yeah. Have you watched any Stranger Things yet?
Dude, I haven't. I'm slacking so hard.
I'm almost done. I have one episode left.
Here's the funny thing. I made this deal with myself because I cleaned my room and I found all these books that I need to read and I kept buying more. So I put them somewhere where I could see them and not just tuck them away. So it's like guilty. Whenever I walk by, I'm like, I haven't done any of those.
Yeah.
So I know we talked about Horizon. I was into that. Like, I was in the middle of that game. Mm-hmm. I was like, cool. I'm going to finish Horizon and I'm not going to touch another... Like, I won't play that game again.
Right.
Until I'm at least halfway or finish a book. So I finished it. Like, I got the campaign done. And, like, did I say that? I was going to finish the campaign, and then after I finished the campaign, that was it.
Yeah, you weren't going to do, like, side shit.
Exactly, yeah. So I finished the campaign, and now I'm like, cool, like, controller's up there. It's done. It's away. Like, I was putting, like, 4 hours a night into the game. Not proud of it.
I like
but I need to finish it. It was a great game. I highly recommend it to anybody looking for a good little game to play. But now, I'm like, cool, I got to pick a book and get started. So.
What's your first one?
Fuck. I think it's either Start With Why by Simon Sinek or Everything's Fucked by Mark Manson. Only because I read The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck and it was so good.
Are both those nonfiction?
No, they're like kind of self-help books. But I'm like, I'm big into that category just because it gives me like a new perspective. I'm all about like understanding how other people think.
Right.
So, like...
That's why you have a degree in sociology.
Yeah, that too. But it's just super interesting to me. Like, if you haven't read The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, I picked that book up, bought it just because it was, like, a cool cover. I knew nothing about it.
Yeah, there's something about self-help stuff that just pisses me off, though.
No, for sure. I agree 100%. But, like, I don't take everything, like, to the T.
Right.
But, like, Ray posted a picture of it on his Insta story. I was like, dude, that's fucking tight. What store is that? He's like, I think like Barnes & Noble. Parents
those
Wraps.
don't
I was like, hey,
exist.
will you pick that up? I know, they're getting fewer and fewer. But, yeah, like, I read it, like, all in a day. And I was like, oh, this is tight. And, like, again, too, not taking everything to the T. Oh, damn, honey. But, yeah, it was just cool, man. Like, it was an interesting perspective.
What the fuck is she barking at?
I don't know.
She's very upset, though.
Doorbell. Who rings your doorbell? Should we get that?
No. It's 7 o'clock.
Could be Amazon.
No. I don't order anything. I don't
That's
care.
fair.
I don't know who that would be, though.
I don't know.
I don't know, but it's not good.
It's whatever.
I bet they can barely hear it, though.
Think so?
I think so.
Do us a favor, guys. Let us know in the comments if you can hear this.
We'll look it up.
Well, yeah, we'll look it up too, but I'm curious if you guys can hear it too.
Here, let's be quiet for a second. There, now we'll grab that and we'll just grab that though and we'll delete it.
We could.
See if we get it.
I say let it go. Let it be raw. Real time.
But yeah, I know that the other day we had talked about kind of interviewing. Well, you said you wanted to interview me and then I would interview you. And I figured, well, we might as well just do that in one episode.
I mean, it kind of makes sense. Like, we just kind of jumped into this. Didn't really know anything about either of us.
Yeah, we haven't really talked about. Well, I mean, we talked about ourselves, but like not in a deep way. So I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna interview you first.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
You want to get the interrogation light on? Honey, come on! I gotta think.
Yeah. Hold on.
Just kidding.
I'm gonna go.
Oh, here we go.
Figure this out.
Honey, you done did it.
Yeah.
He's leaving the room. He peeks his head out. Oh man, he's running up those stairs. Play by play. Creaky little stairs. Oh, you hear that snap? No more. Also, this is super weird, like narrating this to myself in a room by myself. Whew. But I feel like it's even worse if I just sit here quietly. You know? Like, it's a win-win, lose-lose. Either way. God, I hope he comes back soon. I'm really just, like, butchering this right now. I think you heard that because he's running back. There it is, hey. There's going to be, like, a solid minute of just weird narration of myself.
Should have just sang a song. All right, so we'll do some like really general questions first.
Okay.
Favorite color. David's favorite color.
Purple.
Purple.
Not like an overly dark and not an overly light, just like that generic purple. I don't know why.
What the fuck does that mean, David?
Just
what the fuck is generic purple?
The purple that comes in like the Crayola crayons box set. Just purple. The one that's literally just called purple.
Okay.
I don't know why, but I love it.
What do you like about it? Like, is it like the Twitch purple? Like that purple? Or is that too dark?
I think it's a little too light. Too dark. Hang on. I don't know what the Twitch purple looks like. Dude, I really don't know. I saw purple one day.
I don't really see you wearing purple that much.
No, I don't wear it that often. I think purple is a really good color.
Yeah, it's good.
That's it. Yeah, like, there's literally no reason.
You're 27 now.
Yes, sir.
May 4th, birthday.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, that purple.
Yeah, it's like Twitch purple.
Just a generic purple. Okay, Twitch purple.
Yeah.
That's my new color code, Twitch purple.
Yeah. Favorite, like, band, artist, singer?
Dude, I'm super streaky like that.
Or, like, go-to. Like, you know, because, like, mine would be, like, Eminem. Like, I'll always, like, if I don't know what to listen to, I'll just go there. Sure. Like, the other day when we were at Devon's, when we were listening to music, Jesse was like, don't give it to Mitchell because he'll just play Eminem. And I was like, damn, you're right, though.
That's exactly what you did, isn't it?
Yeah. No, I was like, yeah, that's what would happen. I didn't take it, but I was like, yeah, that's exactly what happened.
See, I made a mix on Spotify. It's like just a bunch of different genres. If I had to pick one, though, I would probably go with Childish Gambino right now.
Okay.
No, scratch that. J. Cole. I'd go J. Cole.
J. Cole?
Yeah, I like J. Cole right now.
So, like, you'll always have one or two songs on, like, a playlist.
Yeah, for sure. Like, so the playlist that I have right now, it's called Everything Mix 1. And it's literally just, like, songs that I would listen to. And I would just like, all right, cool, that sounds good. We'll put it in a playlist. And I just built this playlist of, like, 85 songs.
Right.
No rhyme or reason. I just like them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like, it's like angry, like, white dude rap is what I listen to.
I used to be big into Screamo.
Yeah, never.
Super weird, dude. Mm-mm. Like, I'm the most, like, nice, innocent dude, like, I think at least, you know? Mm-hmm. And then, like, in classes, I'd be listening to music, and somebody would take my headphones out, and they're just like, hey, I need to... Oh my God, you're listening to that? And I'm like...
I can't stand it, yeah.
Dude, I used to go to sleep to it. It would calm me down. Yeah, it's fucking weird. Underoath, like, Sleeping with Sirens, Pierce the Veil, all that shit.
No.
It's weird, man.
What the fuck is going
on? Oh, no.
What?
Hang on. Let me just give you a taste, guys. Like, this one song in particular, like, I remember Jake Buchanan. He took one of my headphones out, put it in his ear on a baseball trip.
Yeah, and then he just instantly wanted to kill himself.
Dude, what is this? Okay, listen to this.
Can you feel your heartbeat racing? Can you taste the fear?
Is this the same dude who's gonna scream?
Yeah. Oh, no, it's a different guy.
Okay, yeah, they have like the token dude who just stands in the corner who's just like...
Just wait.
Just possessed by Satan himself.
Yep, just wait, here it comes. This is a Christian band, too.
Just a fool for you.
I don't know how it got started. Like, I don't know where that came from, but I love it.
Do you think that they were... I feel like if that group, let's say that group's 5 people.
I think it is actually 5 people, yeah.
Nailed it. So... I feel like it started as 4 people, and they noticed that Jimmy in the corner was pissed, and they were like, let's just let him yell.
Yeah, just fucking scream into the thing.
Yeah, like, we'll play our stuff, and then you just hit the drums real hard, and you do the thing, and we'll just let him scream, and then he'll stop, and then I'll come back in.
When he gets tired, I'll come back in.
Yeah.
Here's the funny thing, though, too, like, because I think in, who is it, Sleeping with Sirens, I think Kellen Quinn, I think he does the screaming and, like, the regular vocals. But, like, some of those voices are just unreal. They're so good.
Yeah, there's a couple people who could really... I mean, that guy who was singing right there is pretty good.
Yeah, but yeah, so yeah, I used to sleep to that shit. It would, like, calm me down. And I never liked confrontation, so I think it was a way for me to, like, vent and, like, just chill and get all my, like, stressors and anger out just because I would hear that. And it would just, like, take it away.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What about a deathbed food? Like, if you're on your deathbed, you get one last meal. If you say pizza, I'll stand up and beat your ass.
Well, no, if I'm doing pizza, it's pizza from Chicago because that's hands down the best pizza I've ever had.
Dude, pizza should not be anyone's deathbed food, though.
No, it's not. No, you're right. It's not. I'm just saying you threw pizza
out there. Here and I was going to beat you with it.
I mean, I would love to have my mom like cook chicken and broccoli for me one last time. It's like, no, it's different than what it sounds like, okay?
David, that's boring as fuck. Dude, chicken and broccoli, you're done to die.
It's not what it sounds like. Dude, she cooks chicken, she cooks broccoli, she adds it in a pan, and then she adds cream of chicken, and then Swiss cheese, and it's this big, soupy, like, delicious thing.
Yeah, super white trash.
Fuck it, it's delicious.
Yeah.
I'm white trash, I'll wear that shit.
No, I know.
No, hang on, it gets better.
Okay.
And then I make rice, and then a biscuit.
Yeah.
And you cut the biscuit in half, put it on a plate, put the rice on top of both pieces of the biscuit, and then put just the chicken and broccoli slop on top.
It definitely got better.
Yeah, it definitely did. I mean,
you said chicken and rice, like you're
chicken
like,
and broccoli. I said chicken and broccoli.
Chicken and broccoli, and you're doing fucking keto before you're gonna die.
All right, well, I'm gonna get stuffed in coffin, so I want to look good.
Yeah, I gotta look good, dude. Yeah.
No, but okay, if my, but it has a big like sentimental thing to me too. Like
that's fair. That's fair.
That's
just the way you said it, chicken and broccoli. I was like, what the fuck,
like, cool,
dude?
Man, like fucking just.
Gotta ask that one.
You know, are you gonna measure your chicken before you eat it?
We had one thing called cream of tuna on toast. That's white trash as fuck.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's like cream of tuna. It's just tuna in this creamy sauce on toast. It's so white trash, but it's delicious. I haven't had that in a really long time.
But if I was gonna go with like something that I had to buy,
no, you don't have to buy it. Like you hire fucking Gordon Ramsay. You're gonna die.
That's fair.
He'll do it for free. Well, what do you want him to do?
Dude, you know what I would do? Like, can I do like a full spread?
Yeah.
Okay. We're starting with the Dutch baby, right?
Okay. Oh yeah, I had those at your house one time. They were really good. Powder sugar stuff. Yeah,
bomb, dude. Dutch baby, fantastic. Mm-hmm. Then I'll follow that up with a little with a scramble, like a meat lover scramble.
Yeah, delicious. You know? I was just saying I need more like eggs and bacon in my life.
Dude, it's fucking bomb. After that, I'm gonna go with probably some French toast. I might do like a French toast.
Damn, you love breakfast.
Cheese. Dude, breakfast is the shit. I live off breakfast.
Okay.
After that, after the French toast, we're gonna transition to we're going with the au cheval burger from Chicago.
Yeah, I mean, if you weren't gonna die before you died,
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Heavy as fuck.
I'm gonna sneak Taco Bell in there somewhere, but that's just a little taste of
Yeah, you gotta make sure that they have something to clean up after you die.
Dude, if I'm fucking dying, like I'm going out, balls to the wall. Like, listen, that suit you guys are gonna stuff me in, you're gonna need like 4 sizes bigger than that.
Yeah,
it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
But,
no, you gotta run it.
I'm still sticking chicken and broccoli as my OG.
Okay. Yeah, mom's made chicken and broccoli.
Mom's made.
Okay. Who do you look up to who isn't part of your family? So someone who you're not like related to.
Like you're talking like family at all, like immediate cousin, all that shit?
Yeah, no blood relation to him. Like an idol that like someone who you would be like, yeah, like that guy or that girl is someone who, you know, it does what I think is right, and I would like to be like that person someday.
Yeah.
Or like take from their wisdom or whatever it might be.
You know what's funny? I haven't thought about this. There's a couple people in my life, like my old barber, Ryan Chesezzi. Like, dude, he's killing it right now. He took a huge leap of faith and gamble on himself. I have a ton of respect for that.
Dude,
Tony Jones, like another friend of mine from college, like
I would love to talk to him just to hear about like how his family treated that.
Yeah. One person that I look up to. Fuck, that's really tough. Fuck, man. Like, I honestly, I don't know. Because I like to pick and pull, like, a lot of things from a lot of different people.
Yeah, so, I mean, you talk about Gary Vee all the time.
Yeah, but Gary Vee is more so, like, just like a motivational thing for me.
Yeah.
No, motivational is not the right thing. Just more like, light the fire under my ass and get going. I would probably go with...
That's literally the definition of motivation.
Yeah, I know, but, like, it's motivation. Yeah, no, very much motivation. I'd have to go with Tony Jones. Tony Jones is my dude. My go-to. Yeah? For sure. Yeah, he's just an all-around good dude. Like, he's definitely helped me through a bunch of shit.
Who's Tony Jones?
He is a friend of mine that I met at Clackamas Community College playing baseball.
Cool.
Yeah.
Is this the dude who's getting married?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, that's my buddy Ryan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, no, he's the one I went to Arizona to visit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Dude.
Well, that's super cool.
Yeah, if he's ever in Portland, we'll have to bring him on here because I think you'd get a kick out of him.
Yeah, definitely. If you could live in any other era, when would it be?
Yeah, 100%. I thought about this a lot already. I didn't know you were going to ask this. I would go back to, like, when my dad was a kid. So, like, my dad was born in 1950, so I would want to do, like, the 50s, 60s, 70s kind of thing. Yeah, my dad's an old fucking man. I see that look in your eyes.
Yeah, he's older than I thought he was.
Kid. No, I love my dad. He's a child.
Yeah, he's, like, almost
69.
70.
Yep.
God damn, I didn't know that at all. He would not look 70 to me.
Nope. Yeah, so, like, just hearing the stories about, like, the shit that he did. She is, hang on, 64.
Both of them do not. Yeah, no.
Dude, they've aged well.
Yeah,
which, I'm hoping, knock on wood, come on. I got to slow down the Red Bulls if I want to, get to their stage.
Yeah, but they have that. But they were around cigarettes and shit all day.
Yeah, that's true, too. I think my dad smoked for, like, a week, and he's like, all right, I'm fucking over this.
Yeah, because you could go to the doctor's office, and they just smoke right there with him.
Yeah, pretty much, dude. It's funny to hear those stories. But, yeah, I would want to do, like, the 60s, 70s, just because I love classic cars. Yeah. And, like, don't get me wrong, the exotics and the Lambos and all that shit are cool. Yeah. But, like, it'd be fun to have one, obviously. But my rocks get off for the fucking, like, classic Mustangs, Corvettes, GTOs. Right. Gas was like a nickel a gallon. Like, cool, yeah. Let's just do a shit ton of cookies. You could make a decent living, not going to college. Yeah. That's, like,
it's all
cool.
factory stuff, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's definitely just a different time. But I think it'd be fun.
Yeah. Cool.
For sure. So.
If you had 3 wishes. Okay. What would you wish for? But... Can't wish for 3 more wishes.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah. We talked about the wallet one last time.
Yeah.
If you didn't listen to that episode, it was a wallet that every time I stuck it in my pocket and pulled it out,
it recharged with money,
stuffed with $100 bills, and I could do that as many times as I wanted a day. I would wish for
basically unlimited money.
Yeah. But I have to work for it still. Come on, we talked about that. I would wish for. Like, the people closest and nearest to me just to have, like, immediate happiness. Okay. I would like to do a worldwide thing, but I think,
very selfless.
Yeah, like, I mean, if I'm just making that wallet, like, what do I need? I can buy whatever I want. That'll make me happy, I think. Yeah. And then the last one would be no poverty. That'd be my jam. Like, if everybody can,
well, you got the wall for it.
Not be a millionaire, 100%. Yeah. But, just, like a roof and a meal. Nobody had to worry about, like...
Yeah, where it came from.
Yeah.
Or where it's going to be.
Am I sleeping, like, under this bridge tonight, or...
Yeah.
Where am I getting kicked out from? That kind of thing. So...
What's your scariest movie all time? A movie that just freaked you the fuck out?
All right. So... Darkness Falls and the fucking Tooth Fairy. To this day,
man.
I
remember you talking about that.
Yeah. Like, I would literally longboard home from my friend Alex's house back in middle school, and it would just be pitch black, like, at 10:30, 11 o'clock. Mm-hmm. And it would just be a cold, breezy, windy night, and all of a sudden I'd think she's above me. So I'm fucking pedaling and pumping on my longboard as hard and fast as I can. I get home, I run up to my door, get inside, I'm like, all right, cool. She didn't get me this time. And I start to think about her, so I'm like, oh, she fucking knows. So yeah, that one messed with my head. I watched it as a little kid. Fucked with me. Not good.
Yeah, that was a spooky movie, man.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know what movie freaked me the fuck out?
The Hobbit?
No. I don't know.
Also, I love that you're just like, no.
I don't know what it's called actually, but it was an animated movie about a dog who gets left on the side of the road on accident.
Oh my god.
He's
okay.
like, it's like raining. They have to like pull over the car, and he like falls down the little thing, and he gets found by all these like rabbits.
Okay.
It's an animated thing, and then you don't really know where he's trying to get home, right? Those rabbits are like taking care of him, and then they like hide in the bushes because there's a fucking hawk, and they sing this song that's like terrifying. It's about how the hawk was gonna like fucking swoop down and grab them.
Oh my god.
It was really scary. It scared the fuck out of me when I was a kid.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Was it a kid's movie?
Yeah, it was a kid's movie. It just scared me.
Okay.
I was like, I don't like that shit.
That's like Bilbo
It was like
Baggins
a really
and-
creepy fucking song.
Dude,
yeah, Bilbo Baggins and
and the first Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Watching that over here, and like nobody else freaked out about it. And I was like, that's scary as fuck, you guys.
Yeah.
To this day, I watched that movie the other day. Still did it.
Yeah, you don't like it. You're like, oh shit.
Nope. I had to force myself. I was like, I'm fucking 27. I'm a man.
I'm
I'm gonna
shit.
watch this. And as soon as it happened, I was just like, huh.
Yeah.
Okay. And it was so short too. Like, come on.
Yeah, it's like a jump scare.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all it
Like,
is.
come on.
Do you have any phobias?
Dude, see, that's the thing. I don't know that I have a phobia that it's like stops me cold in my tracks.
Sure.
Like, I hate spiders.
Yeah.
I don't like them, mainly just because they know where I'm at and I have no fucking clue where they are.
Right.
But I don't think I have a phobia.
No?
Like, heights don't bother me.
No?
Spiders, just eh.
Yeah.
But
Don't like
I
'em.
wouldn't say I have a phobia.
No? Do you, is there any conspiracy theories that you like full-heartedly believe?
Oh, man.
Where you're like, yeah, that's definitely how it went, even
So
though obviously it's not
I've
reported
never
that way.
done the deep dive into the conspiracy theory thing. I mean, no, I don't think there's one that... I mean, I could put a little time in and find one for sure.
Yeah.
But, I mean, no. Not that I can think of right now.
Yeah, for sure. You only have one sibling.
Yep. Sister, 10 years older than me.
Yeah. Were you ever, or are you close with like your extended family?
Yeah,
Because
so...
like for us, we always had people over
Right.
for like Thanksgiving and Christmas, but
yeah.
I didn't notice when I was a kid if you did or if you guys went anywhere or what you guys did.
Yeah,
so I don't know any of your guys' like
we had
holiday traditions.
So my aunt and uncle and my two cousins, they used to live at the top of 185th, and
Yeah.
then they moved to Sherwood.
Okay.
And then I was young, 10 to 12 years younger than the rest of them.
Okay,
So, like,
yeah.
when I was doing shit, they were already, like, light years ahead of me.
Yeah, I guess now that kind of makes sense why they were so much older was because your parents are older. Mm-hmm. I didn't
Yeah.
realize that they were so much older than that.
Yep.
They don't look old at all.
So, I'm sure they'll appreciate that. I'll let them know you said it. But yeah, so, like, we didn't really start to get close until, like, high school. Like, we
Yeah.
would go over and do, like, the Thanksgiving, Christmas, that kind of shit. But then, like, once I got to a certain age, my cousin Chris would be like, hey, what are you doing? Like, I got to take it to a Timbers game. You want to go? So I'd go to a Timbers game.
Right.
And then,
Kind of like when you're older to like actually click with them.
exactly. There was more like in common.
Yeah.
Versus being like, oh God, I got to go pick up David just because like his sister can't and like,
Yeah.
parents are busy. Like, cool. But,
Yeah.
like, I mean, it was fun too because I never, even now, like I don't see them as much as I would like. So like every time we do get together, like it's fun.
Yeah, it's pretty similar with me with my cousins. I don't think any of them are, well, maybe two are like 10 years older than me, but they're definitely got to a point where like I was like 8 and they were like 16, and
Yeah. Well, that
we're
was
just not going to be the same. We're not remotely close in
Right.
our personalities right then. So there was a short period of time where like I felt as a kid like I was left out because they were into and could do other shit.
Yeah.
But now it's like it's not
yeah.
anything.
Like my cousin Jeff, oldest of the family as far as cousins go, and like I felt like he just always was just like cold shoulder just because I was so young, like doing kid shit. And then like recently we started like connecting and shit, and like he's big into motorcycles, classic cars, and so like I went to his house because he was back from China. So we were just like hanging out, talking to him, his wife, like cooking food, hanging out, and like went to the garage and was just looking at his motorcycle, just like oh fuck. So like
Yeah, you want one?
I want one so bad,
You should get one.
so bad. Yeah. Don't need it right now.
Did you ever have like a favorite childhood trip, like a camping trip, or going to Disneyland or World, or going to like
yeah.
something like that?
So we never did camping. All the camping experiences I did, I went with you, Michael, Kevin, and Sue.
Right.
we used to go to the beach or Sun River.
Yeah.
Dude, that was the best.
Like anything out of state?
We never did the out of state thing.
Yeah,
No?
you guys kind of stayed close.
Yeah.
'Cause you guys are big golfers, so.
I recently just became a golfer, like 5 years ago.
No.
No. Seriously, like growing up as a kid, I didn't think golf was cool. I only went with my parents because like they wanted to do it and I had to go.
Yeah.
But like you guys had your ATVs or your go-kart and you would be driving those in the green. I remember one night too, like talking to my parents. I was just like, "Can we get an ATV?" And they're like, "No, like we can't." And I'm like, "But it's so fucking cool." Like obviously I didn't say that. I'm like, "It's so cool." And I was like, "Well, like we have golf. Golf is cool." It's like golf is lame. Like what can you do with golf? And now I'm like, dude, golf is fucking dope.
Yeah, golf's cool, man. I wish I was good at it, but I don't care enough to like actually practice.
Yeah, I probably play more than I should, but it's fun.
Yeah. Do you have something that you wish you could have done as a child then? Like as a kid? Gone somewhere? I mean, other than the ATV, what you just said?
Not so much that. Not necessarily like going anywhere. I just wish I would have tried more things. Like a bunch of things came easy to me growing up. So if I wasn't good at it, it was a deterring factor. I'm like, fuck this, I'm done. Like my dad, art teacher, really good at drawing. And I would sit down and like try to do something and think it's cool. And then I would ask him like, what should I do? How can I make it better? And he would just give me this list of stuff. But I asked, you know? And I'm just like, cool, I fucking suck.
Yeah.
So like, just huge deterrent. So like, that's one of the things too. Like, I'm kind of scared to take the deep dive into things that I want to do because I'm afraid I'm going to suck at it.
Yeah. Do you, that's kind of how Kendall was, because she was good at like longboarding and skateboarding and stuff, but then when she went to snowboard, she couldn't do it because it's the opposite.
I can't snowboard for shit.
Yeah,
I can turn left.
Because it's the opposite. You very much deal with your back foot and your heels.
Right.
Where I believe skateboarding is usually toes.
Yeah, for
and
me,
front
it's like
foot,
middle
so.
of my foot to toes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's opposite. So,
Yeah.
yeah, she wasn't very good at it, so I knew that. Do you have any hobbies as a kid that have stayed? Like, oh yeah, I used to do that when I was a kid, or any hobbies that you had as a kid that you're like super now like I can't believe I did that stuff.
Yeah, so I mean, video games have been with me all life.
Yeah, I feel
All
like
my
it's
life.
pretty of our
Pretty standard.
generation.
I used to be baseball is a pretty big hobby that it's kind of evolved. I don't play it anymore, but I still watch it and appreciate it. Mm-hmm. I probably appreciate it more so now in a different way than when I was playing it, which is kind of cool. But same thing with skateboarding. I used to do skateboarding a bunch. Not that I was ever like good at it. And I would go like jumping down stairs and like try to find gaps and shit like that. But now I still just like watch it. I'm like, how the fuck are these kids doing it? And like I play things like frame by frame on YouTube, and I'm just like, wow. Like, I just study up on how they do it.
Yeah.
So, my hobbies have kind of evolved. Just because I don't do it doesn't mean I still don't like appreciate it.
Yeah.
Or keep an interest.
When you were growing up, was there like a job that you wanted to have? Like I like you know like you everyone to ask that question.
Yeah.
What do you want to do when you grow up? That's like not a professional athlete.
Dude, it's super stupid. I used to want to be a speed bump. I thought it would be cool to like if you could like fabricate this like speed bump that you could open and lay under and just like track the cars that came by.
What the fuck?
I don't know.
You wanted to be a speed bump?
Yeah, dude, I thought it'd be tight just to like lay in like this case and watch cars drive over you. I don't know, man.
What? I would have never expected in a million years that anyone would be like, you know what? One time I wanted to speed bump. Did you want to die?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like a perfect like thing that you can lay under.
I don't even know what to do now.
I really don't know, man. Aside from that,
dude, that's nothing.
I know.
Thing.
Aside from that, I used to want to be a therapist.
Oh, interesting.
Because I love like listening.
You're basically a speed bump.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I love like to this day I still love listening to people and like letting them vent and trying to like if they want 2 cents like offer my 2 cents kind of thing.
Yeah, you listened to me vent the other day.
Yeah, I fucking
for like
love
20
it.
minutes.
Dude, I love that shit. Speed bump, man.
What the fuck?
It'd be cool.
Any like foreign places that you really want to visit?
Yeah, I want to go to Europe real bad.
Like where in Europe?
Yeah,
like,
so I'm Danish, so I want to go to Denmark.
Okay.
Just to see the homeland. Not that I have any relation to it, but
yeah,
just to see the homeland. I want to do like the stereotypical like Paris, London, like all that shit.
Yeah.
I'd like to go to Australia too, but at the same time, like there's a lot of snakes crawling up toilets and like spiders under car door handles, and I'm just like,
London and Paris are real bougie. You might not like it as much.
I just want to go just to see it.
Yeah.
But I also want to go to Rome in Italy.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be
You probably like those places. Not that I've been, but that sounds more of like from what I've heard from other people too.
Yeah.
It's like London's like super California / like New York feel.
Yeah.
In terms of like it's big and big city.
Again, just go to see it.
Paris is like stuck up bougie.
I want to go back to the Southern Caribbean though, or just the Caribbean in general.
Yeah, dude, I love those places.
Dude, so awesome.
I would love to do the I think it's Bali. Then like the
Bali. Yeah. I've seen a couple people post things about Bali, and Bali looks real.
Yeah, I really want to do one of those like
ballin', you know,
cabins like out on the water, you know, and get one of those rooms where you can go down. It's like the plexiglass and you're like sleeping underwater.
Dude, that'd freak me out.
That wouldn't freak me out. I love it.
Nah, I feel like I've seen too many movies where shit goes south.
Yeah, I mean,
and it's like, oh, there's a school of sharks, and I look fucking tasty, and just ramming that wall.
Yeah, I'm
and
sure.
All of a sudden, like, oh, my waterbed popped. Oh fuck, that's a shark. See ya.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be really cool.
Yeah.
I just watched a video on Instagram where they had those, you know, those things where you hold on to like a motor, and you can hold on to it. And I was just watching that, and they like
underwater
go down and shit. Yeah, I'd love to do that.
That would be super cool.
I like tropical places, so
yeah. Something where like I feel like everybody's in such a rush to get everywhere. Someplace where like the lifestyle is like slow and mellow, and you just kind of get there when you get there. That would be nice.
Amsterdam's kind of like that, but people ride bikes and shit.
Which is fine. That'd be cool, too. But I very much feel, for my short time in the Caribbean, I feel like that's more what it is.
Yeah, it's like, really laid back. Island living, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I would love to go to, like, I think it's Finland, where they have the, I don't know if it's called Aurora Borealis there. It might be called something else.
Oh, the Northern Lights?
Yeah, like there.
I'm trying to think where that is.
But it was... They have like igloos that are, you know, you can see through and stuff.
That's cool.
I would love to go for like that event, like Northern Lights, Aurora Borealis and shit.
I like it.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Be really cool.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
That's all I got right now.
That's it?
Yeah, unless I can think of something else.
No, you're cool. You want me to give you like a solid, like, I'm going to give you like 10 more seconds to think about it.
Think of something?
You don't have to. I mean, you can just burn that time. 5 seconds. 2.
Yeah, I can't think of anything right now.
That's it?
Yeah.
That's all she wrote. All right, guys, that's me.
Yeah.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yep.
All right.
12.
What?
I don't know.
12 is your biggest fear?
I don't know. Yeah. Biggest fear?
What's your biggest fear?
Man. Probably like ending up in a job just because it makes money, not because I like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I always hated like 9-to-5 stuff. That's why I liked Cinetopia for a long time, was because it wasn't 9-to-5. It was different hours, and it was a lot of hours, but they were different, and I could, you know, certain days I could be different places, and it wasn't always like I couldn't do anything.
Did that ever bother you though, like not having a set routine?
Oh, it did later. Okay. Yeah. But like before I liked it because I could work, you know, from like 2 to, or from like noon to 8, and then I could play video. I would stream, and I could be up all night pretty much and sleep until 11 and all that kind of stuff. So at a certain point, like it was really cool. But my biggest thing is, is like Jim Carrey talks about this. He said he believed his dad could have been a great comedian.
Yep.
It's pretty big on, I think it was Facebook posts. It's been on YouTube and shit like that. But he's like, he never believed in himself that being a comedian could do anything for the family. So he took a safe job as an accountant. Yep. And then a few years later, after he took the safe job, he was let go. Yep. He was fired and with layoffs. And then he just had done this career that he didn't like, but it paid the bills while it paid the bills. Yep. And then he was just fucking sad.
Yep.
And I don't want to be like that. And where I'm at right now, tech-wise, and like just I wouldn't want to do this job for the rest of my life. That's for sure. But it does open up a lot of different opportunity and forms of me to be able to do a lot of different things. For sure. So,
no, that's cool. Yeah. Beach or mountains?
Beach.
Why?
I like being on the beach, swimming. I guess you could probably get some fish on the mountains depending on where you're at, but
did you say some fish?
Yeah, because I love sushi. It's like my favorite food. Gotcha. So I like that. It seems like a really, I guess you could ride in the mountains too, but it just seems like a really slow paced. Yeah.
Okay.
And I would prefer warmer weather most of the time than colder weather.
Okay. If you could add anything to your tattoo right now, what would it be?
Well, I would love to get my sleeve finish, which is color and.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it a lot of color?
Yeah, all the roses above my elbow should be colored in, because the idea behind my sleeve For those of you who haven't seen it, is elbow and below, it's like black and white pretty much. And it's roses that are dying, like petals are falling off. And as it travels up my arm, the roses aren't dying and they're supposed to be full, colorful, and vibrant. And the text that spirals down my arm is a Bible verse. It's John 11:25 and 26, which is a resurrection verse. So it's supposed to simulate the resurrection of the roses and the resurrection of Christ.
Were you nervous when you finally pulled the trigger and did like tattoos that would be exposed?
Well, no. So I did my sleeve with the idea. It's like a Yakuza style,
right?
Which is it's far enough down my wrist that if I had to wear long sleeves and I were to put my arms out, you wouldn't know that I had them.
But like that didn't like you weren't worried like crossing past the elbow because like I have one on my tricep and I want to finish it.
No, I wasn't worried at all.
Okay.
No, yeah, because if I had to wear long sleeves for work, then I would just do that.
You ain't a fucking square. You're a man.
Yeah, I wasn't worried about it. Yeah, because I felt like if any professional job, most of the time would have you wear a collared shirt. So, which I'm not a huge polo fan, so I'd wear a long sleeve. So
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Mitchell. You can be professional in any sport aside from basketball.
Beside from basketball?
Yep.
Professional
What sport? What team? What position? And would you spend your whole career there?
Oh, man. I can't choose basketball.
No,
I would probably I would choose UFC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So keep going. What else?
Not for the money.
What dojo?
I wouldn't really know where I would train. Actually, I'd probably train in like Albuquerque, because that's where a lot of top fighters train with.
Okay.
But a lot of the other thing too is with a lot of people is they have camps, but they train at different gyms depending on. So like some gyms are better known for striking, some are known for wrestling and stuff like that. Obviously, you can train and do everything, but they're not all known for being top notch everywhere.
Okay.
There and where else was it? Because George St. Pierre trained with this guy. I think it's Jackson. Something Jackson. Trained with him. And then probably somewhere in Canada too with where GSP trained and stuff like that. I like their coaches.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can stop aging at any age. Which age do you pick and why?
Probably like... It's hard because I'm only 26, but probably early to mid-30s.
Okay, so yeah, I said like 29.
Yeah.
Because like I'm still young but kind of old.
Yeah.
But is that why you would...
Yeah, that's exactly why. I'm old enough to, have learned and grown from mistakes, but I'm not too old to where I can't be like nimble and do whatever I pretty much want to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Looking back at your childhood, what's the first moment that pops into your head when you think of it?
My childhood?
Yeah.
Man. Probably running around the neighborhood with friends, for sure.
Like, is there one specific one that pops out? Like for me, it was like doing the whole Digimon thing, like shaking the shit out of that thing and trying to like hatch those eggs or do all that shit.
It wouldn't be like a real specific moment. It would be like probably playing Maple would be like a huge.
Okay.
Yeah, just because that game that was literally like summers and part of school we would skip school too to play that game.
Yeah.
Summers were hang out outside.
Okay.
Until like dinner-ish, then hang out outside a little bit longer, and then play games from like 9 to fucking the 8 a.m.
Right.
And then sleep until 3 and do it all over again. Yeah. So like that would be the memory that's something that I'll always think about. I just saw a picture the other day of the Maple Story login screen, and I sent it to like all my friends who I played with.
So funny.
Yeah.
So you have 3 sisters, correct?
Yeah, and a stepsister, so 4.
Okay, you have 4. Which of your sisters did you intentionally piss off the most growing up?
Probably Kirsten.
Yeah?
Yeah, younger sister.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'd piss them off on purpose all the time.
I remember being over here like playing games and shit, and like Kendall would be like, "All right, cool, I got to do this. Like, stay out of my room." And as soon as she left, you were like instantly in there.
Yeah, Kendall and I. I think Kendall and I are closest in age. Actually, we look similar too. Mm-hmm. But we had this red chair in the living room where the TV is and was, at the time, and it's still in the same spot. You would lay instead of sitting in the chair the right way, you would lay in it so that your head was on so you cross it. And we would fight over that chair all day.
Okay.
But Kirsten's definitely the one that I can trigger all my sisters so easily.
Yeah, I know you can. You're real good at that. You can trigger me real easy too. Like, that's a real skill.
Yeah, I mean, trolling skill.
That's fair. growing up, what was your favorite reality TV show to watch?
Survivor still is.
Is it?
Yeah.
So if you could be on a reality TV
It would
show?
be Survivor for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was your favorite season of Survivor?
Probably All Stars.
Okay.
Yeah, it had. It was the first time they had returning players.
Oh, okay.
And it was the first time they did 3 tribes.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the players were really good, but they all took it. So whenever I watch Survivor, I want people to take it the least amount personal as possible.
Okay.
Because I want the best gameplay to be played. I want
sure.
people to just make a move because
Like it's a game.
It's a
That's what I need
game.
to
Like
do.
I want to play the game. I want to
Right.
lie
Playing to
because I
win.
want to play the win. Yeah, I want to win, or I want to play to move forward and do all this stuff. Well, this season took it really seriously.
Oh shit.
And they would get I think it like ruined friendships for a while, and like
Wow.
people took shit that people said like so personal. And I just remember it created like a really cool dynamic for the show, and it was
Mm-hmm.
memorable. So yeah, that'd probably be my favorite.
Do you think you'd be successful on Survivor?
No, I'm too argumentative.
Okay.
I don't think I would go out first. Most of the time, if you watch Survivor at all, it's almost never a guy, unless the guy's like a total dick.
Okay.
But like if the guy does okay in the challenge and he just kind of like, follows suit or whatever, works hard around the camp, he'll probably make it first couple votes as long as
sure.
you're not losing everything. But yeah, I would like to say that I would be good at it, but I don't think that I think that I have the talking skill in terms of like in tribal council or doing whatever. But I think someone might just say some stupid shit, and I just
Right.
like, can't let this go.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Always bring it up next week. Hey, Susan, remember last week when you said this, and this?
Yeah, I also
you.
don't know that if like maybe because I know that I would tone it down or tone it back, but after you don't have food, I mean,
Right.
the thing is Survivor's only like 39 days. It's really not that long.
Dude, I feel like that's a long fucking time. Being away
mean-
from your bed. I'm away from my bed for like 4 days, and I'm like, dude, fuck this. Like,
Yeah, I mean
me home.
it's long, but it's also like in the grand scheme of things, 39 days isn't that long.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it should
blink
be
of an eye.
easy, but like, and there's other like technical skills I have. Like I've never tried to start a fire with flint.
okay. I was gonna ask you that.
I've never tried to build. I mean, I built stuff out in the Greenway, but we had a hammer and nails,
For
right?
sure.
Like we didn't have to do like. I know all those people like take classes and they learn how to do it, but
Right.
no, I think I probably can make merge. It's
Okay.
like halfway through the season, probably make merge.
What's your biggest pet peeve?
Oh, I hate hiccups.
Well, okay.
I hate listening to people
I can
hiccup.
honestly say that's the first time I've heard that.
Yeah, I hate audible stuff. So if I can hear you chew,
Yeah.
even if your mouth's closed or you like swallow,
Yeah.
I think there's an actual like disorder.
Dude, the swallowing one's bad. There are times where like, I sit there and I swallow, and like it's so fucking loud. I'm just like,
Yeah, and now it's people looking over my shoulder while I work,
I hate
like
that
watching me
too.
work.
Yep.
Like, bitch, get the fuck out of here before
hey,
I drop
it'll be
your
done
ass.
in 5 minutes. Go
No,
wander.
dude.
Take a lap.
Yeah, dude, there's so many times where I just want people to move. And I don't mean this in a negative way
Right.
at all, but the majority of people at work who do this right now are Indian people.
Right.
And no offense to Indian people,
Right.
because I like curry, but they smell like curry all the time. And it's just an overwhelmingly smell. So, like, if you're not ready for it and ready to smell like that for the rest of the day, because, like, it's one of those it's like smoking a cigarette. If you
Right.
smoke a cigarette, it's going to stick to your clothes, and you're going to smell like the cigarette for a while unless you do something to change it.
Yeah.
Curry just takes a hold. It's a dominant smell. And I'm not trying to be, like, racist
For
or
sure.
anything. It's just and not to mention I work in, like, basically a cafeteria that
Yeah.
sells
Curry.
a lot of Indian food. So it's not just Indian people. Everybody smells like that. And it's
You ever
like,
smoked a cigarette?
go over there. You probably like a couple drags, but never like a full cigarette by
Okay.
myself. Yeah,
Just
I was
not
never
your
into
thing?
it. I've done like cigars and hookah, but I've never
Yeah.
done cigarettes. Yeah,
Okay. You ever done a Swisher Sweet? Little cigarella?
yeah.
Those were the shit for a while.
Yeah, we did those a little bit. And like being 18, like I was like, oh, I'm 18,
Right.
and I was like still in school. So
Walking in being like, fuck you, I'll take one of those.
yeah.
What was your flavor?
Grape, I think.
Yes, dude.
Yeah.
Grape's so good.
Yeah, so that was the thing, but I never got into smoking. I've just recently like gotten into like doing a little bit of marijuana,
Yeah.
smoking the weeds.
Say that more like a square little marijuana.
Yeah, I mean, I don't do a lot
I
of
do
it.
a little bit of the marijuana.
I for a long time was really against it. I don't know why. I think it was just because I watched friends who I was close with start to do it and then like avoid me.
Right.
And so I just never wanted to be that person to somebody else.
That's fair.
And I think it was because those friends thought that I would judge them for it or not want to be their friend, and then we ended up not being friends because they just
Right.
didn't want to hang around with me. Or maybe it was something else. That's just how I felt and still feel. I still
Yeah.
feel like that's the reason why we didn't hang out. And I also was playing basketball, year round. So, and they
Right.
played their own sports, but I was always just kind of like negative. And then I think the people that I hang out with now who do it, well, I was talking with Jesse and we were when Devin was on and how we were talking about how he smokes, and he's like, all right, well, Jesse's one of those guys. Well, there's always a negative connotation around marijuana too, with making you lazy or making you a bad person to some extent, right? I mean, we did all those DARE classes and all that stuff, and I mean, Jesse's the same person. He has never changed. 100%. He's always been this. I mean, he's grown up. I can
attest to that,
but he's always been the same person. And there's a couple other friends that I have who've always just been the same. And I was just like, okay, like if you're doing it smart or doing it right or not being a dumbass, you can do it. And I don't do it super often.
No.
I enjoy edibles more than I enjoy smoking.
My big thing is it's got to be the right people. That's it.
Yeah,
I won't
I've
even
never had a bad experience
if it's the wrong people.
I've never had one. I've never been overly paranoid. I've always been chill, but I also don't smoke and then go out in public. Really, I just chill at the house.
Down.
Yeah. That's the one thing that I hate about it though, is because it gives me strong munchies, and I'll just notice the other night.
The munchies are real.
The other night I had eaten. One, it helps me sleep too. So if I have any medical cop out, it's because it helps me sleep. I'm actually sleeping a lot better now too, but for a while I was struggling with, I don't know if it was insomnia or just anxiety or what. I didn't feel like anxiety, but I felt like I couldn't sleep, like I just couldn't get comfortable. I just always had something on my mind,
right?
Which always happens to me when I get really creative about stuff, because I never want to stop. I would say maybe that's one of my biggest fears too, is that no matter what I do, I will always be more into it than the person that I'm with.
Okay.
Yeah,
I hear you.
Because I used to be super obsessive. I'm less obsessive than I am now, but I would say I probably have an obsessive personality. And so when I start to do something, I do that all thing.
Yeah. It's funny because like the analytical thing, like I pay attention to it, but you're on it.
Yeah.
You've got the analytics down.
I don't know why.
No, I mean, it's nothing wrong with it.
No, I'm not saying there is. I just have no idea why I am that way.
Okay.
Yeah. Because none of my family's that way.
Interesting.
I don't know anyone in my family who's really into statistics like that, but I love it.
So, looking back at your entire career of sports, run me through your most iconic, like, successful play, and the one where you're just like, wow, I can't believe I fucking did that.
Yeah. So...
Because I know the one for you.
Which one?
In my head, it's the...
Successful or...
Successful, yeah. Okay. It was the Jesuit game at Aloha. We stopped we prolonged our baseball practice that night to watch you guys finish your varsity game against Jesuit. Well, I think you drained like a clutch 3.
Well, we beat Jesuit at Jesuit. That's when we beat them.
No, I know. You didn't win this game at Aloha. But I remember there was a point where like it was close coming down to the wire, and like you just like they passed you. I think Ray passed you this ball, and you just like went up, dude in your face, drained this 3, and I'm like, that's my fucking neighbor.
Yeah, no, there was a play probably. I think it was 7th grade.
Is it successful?
Yeah.
Okay.
We were losing. It was a tight game. It was tournament play, so it's like 2 halves, 20-minute running timer.
Who were you playing? Do you remember?
Maybe Lake Ridge.
Okay.
It might have been Lake Ridge.
Okay. It's no easy feat right there. No small task.
I think it was Lake Ridge. They were wearing like black and green jerseys, I think.
Okay. Wasn't West Lynn?
No, because I thought West Lynn was blue.
I think Lake Ridge is blue. Lake Ridge is like that baby blue, I think.
Yeah, maybe it was. Maybe I don't know who it was.
Okay,
then.
Either way, one of the two, Lake Ridge or West Lynn. I'm gonna say it's West Lynn.
Yeah, so I had a pretty good game this game.
Toot your own horn, Jesus! How'd you get your head through the door?
So it's actually on camera too, because one of our players, Phil, his dad was a videographer, and he recorded all the games, and then he would turn them into highlight of the season.
That's cool.
Then he would make highlight per player. So one of the plays what happened was somebody made a shot, and the guy who was inbounding it
for West Lynn or
so we made the basket.
Gotcha. Okay.
And we were doing full court press because we were down.
Right.
And we made it, and then I was guarding the person who's inbounding. Well, this kid just decided to pick the ball up and was trying to throw it down the court because if they can get it down the court, then more time goes off, whatever.
For sure.
Well, I had hit it with my hands.
Yeah.
So then it bounced. I had tracked the ball down before it went out of bounds and threw it in. And then after I got it in, I think Colin dribbled it. Who's Colin's going to be on the show on Monday. So
see if he remembers this.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. I think then he passed it out to me, and then I hit the 3 too.
Hell yeah!
So now we're cool. I think we were down by 3 at this point. After that made 3.
Okay.
And then I think we get a stop. And next possession goes down. I shoot the 3 and I miss.
Okay.
And then no, I think so. I think Ryan or Miles Richards shot a 3 and missed, and I think Colin gets a rebound and he passes out to me.
Yeah.
Well, I shoot the 3, and the same kid who tried to throw the ball in ran me down, and he hit my arm, and I made the 3.
Oh, so you got the and
one on the 3, and I made the free throw and we won.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah.
like, I remember that there was a game in my 5th grade team. We were playing at the hoop, but we had finished normal basketball, which is in the winter, and I didn't feel like playing spring. For whatever reason, I just was like, I just want to break.
Right. Yeah, the year-round sports, it's hard.
We had these really young coaches. They were probably like 20-something.
Yeah.
But to us, they were the coolest fucking people in the world. And we were in 5th grade, and I remember they called my mom and asked if I would come and play because I don't know if they were getting their shit rocked or if they just needed somebody who...
Right. A warm body or something.
Yeah, who was good. Because that's the thing. That was my thing, though, is kind of similar to you, was the sports, I just knew, like, I just boosted up in those things when I was younger, and people caught up to me athletically and skillfully and all those things. But when I was younger, I was really good, and I think I had like 6 3-pointers in that game.
Jesus.
And the game that I came back in, and I had some good games. Against Jesuit at Aloha my senior year, I had 4 blocks, and we won that game.
I remember watching Ray just break ankles left and right.
Yeah, Ray's real good, man.
Dude,
Ray got really... The thing with Ray, though, was that his confidence wasn't there when he was younger. He's really good, and he was really good then, too, and he got way better, too.
Yeah.
So it was a bummer.
Interesting.
Because he just always felt like he was too short.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you're real good.
Once you just embrace that, like, dude, it goes away. That's cool.
Yeah. So, and then in terms of...
the worst one, yeah.
Yeah, worst one would have been I had a chance to hit a game-winning layup, like literally a layup.
Yeah. Don't tell me you went for 3.
Sunset. No.
Okay.
I went up to, just do the layup, and when I jumped, my knee gave out. So I fell, and the ball came, like I missed, and then the ball came back into my hand as I was falling down, and I shot it again, and I missed it, and we lost.
Oh.
It was a wide open fucking...
That's heartbreaking, dude.
Yeah, wide open thing. As soon as I went to like jump and plant, like my knee just buckled, and that would probably be... Yeah, that's probably one of the worst ones.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay, so same question to you. Outside of your immediate family, like, who do you look up to? Who's your role model?
Yeah, man, it's a tough question. Who do I look up to outside of my
family? I'm just laughing at Honey with the Sirens right now.
Yeah, it just sounds like there's a fucking werewolf in the living room. The siren, I don't know why she does it too, because she's an Australian Shepherd, so
all dogs do it, man. It's just a dog thing.
My golden retriever didn't do it at all.
Holly?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, but like, because we live off 209, so
the road,
all these, you can hear them, and you can hear stuff over, like you'll hear the trains
for sure
on TV highway. But
it's loud as fuck.
People that I look up to that's not my immediate family, James would be one.
Okay.
All my really close friends I really do look up to.
A pretty solid, like, core group of friends.
Jesse, Devin, and all for different reasons. Like,
right.
James is really hardworking and he does what he wants. He doesn't really take any shit, but that's kind of, he's very analytical into some sense, not necessarily with numbers, but he makes sure that he's making the right decision. He researches stuff. He's meticulous. I'll say that. He's meticulous. Jesse, because he's fun-loving, free, treats everybody. He's always him.
Right.
He never really has to pretend that he's something that he's not. I really respect that.
True to himself.
Yeah. Yeah. Devin, just his personality in general, I think I really like. And
you got a taste of that when he was on.
Yeah, family person.
Yeah.
Someone that is always going to care. Like, I could probably go for all those people. I mean, Colin too, man. Almost, I just have a really good group of friends that I'm so thankful that I have. But yeah, like I know with any of those people that I could, if I didn't talk to them for 2 years and I shot them a phone call and I asked for something, they would do it.
100% in a heartbeat. I can see that.
Yeah,
for sure.
But other than that, like, I don't know. Outside of that, like a core friend group or someone who maybe is like out of my reach in terms of that. Mm-hmm. I would say Joe Rogan right now too. Like he's one guy that I think. Just the way he comes off to me is that he forms his opinion based off of what people who are experts in the subject or what he reads, and he's very open to changing his opinion, which I think is looked down upon.
No, I think it's great. Yeah,
I think people think that if you grow out of or learn something new and you change your perspective on something, I think people think they like look down on that shit. Like I remember,
it's like a weak
it's always the same
right?
with politics, where like an official will say something in 2004, and then in 2018, when they're redoing their shit, they've changed their mind, and they're like, they used to think this. It's like, dude, isn't that like what you're supposed to do as a human?
Right? Aren't
like,
you're supposed to grow?
So it's always really confusing to me.
Politics is just uber confusing for that reason alone.
Yeah, I think, but Joe would be someone. That I think just he takes it in and he listens and he'll read about it, and doesn't mean that I think that he's always right. I just think that he has he has a good way
right
about
approach.
him. He has the right approach. Yeah,
I would agree with that 100%. Yeah. If you could live your life as a movie,
what movie would it be?
100%.
I don't know, man. What movie ends in a really good way? It would probably be some fucking fantasy thing.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like some Lord of the Rings type shit.
What about
I would
theme
love
song?
to be good at sword fighting.
See, I could, dude, I've
Not
always...
fencing, sword fighting.
No, I know. I've always seen it as like the medieval. Yeah, fencing, there's no risk reward. Like, sword fighting, it's like you mess up. Like, oh, there goes a thumb.
Yeah, I'd really love to do that. Theme song, I'm the Man by Aloe Black.
Okay. See, for me, it's, you remember Emperor's New Groove?
Yeah.
Remember when Kronk is taking Cusco down to like toss the body and he's like making his own theme song?
Yeah.
I would fucking love that.
Yeah.
I like the part where he pauses against walls like, nah.
Yeah.
Dude,
Say what you will about Colin Kaepernick, and I don't care, but the commercial with him with the Dre Beats, like I'm the Man thing.
Yeah.
Like I really like that commercial, but that song also, I listened to a lot of that when I was in Amsterdam with my cousin, and it kind of reminds me of that. And I'm not a music person like at all.
Right.
Like I talked about this before, like music doesn't really touch me in the same way it touches other people. Like I know people who cry from music. I don't cry from music, but there are certain individuals that really make me think. NF's one of them, so that's why I really like NF.
Okay.
Yeah, Eminem too, but yeah,
Okay.
that kind of music.
Okay. Would you ever want to own like a restaurant?
Yeah, I would love to own a restaurant. I've thought about owning bars. I thought there's an esports bar in Portland that and I had talked about doing for a really long time. Mm-hmm. But we just we have money, and it was just a cool thing that we wanted to do.
Walk me through this. What kind of restaurant? What kind of food? What kind of atmosphere?
It wouldn't necessarily be a restaurant. It'd probably be a bar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what kind of bar?
It would have been like a gaming bar.
Oh, okay. So you're talking like
I really want to do like
bar.
a D&D thing though, like a D&D tavern.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where like the tavern's like built into the games.
Exactly.
That'd be kind of tight.
To some extent. I always thought that it would be really cool to have like a bar area, and then in the back there would be rooms for like streaming or more virtual style things. I just think that it would be really fun to get that group of people around each other.
What's your hot take right now that people might not agree with?
The Mulan trailer looks like shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't even watched it yet. Yeah. Once you told me that Mushu wasn't in it, I basically just like took that movie off my radar.
I think it looks terrible. Like one of the worst films probably of the next couple of years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you think it's a big flop?
No, I don't. I think it will make money. I think people are excited for it. I just don't think it looks good. Yeah. But yeah, I think I talked about this. I tweeted this out the other day that people have been tricked into thinking race matters. Mm-hmm. That's kind of political too, but I just think what matters is culture. And the pigmentation of one's skin doesn't really dictate anything.
Okay.
It only dictates what you let it. That's why I was talking about when Ariel Ariel got cast as a black girl. Like, who gives a
Right.
fuck? Like, if she does a good job, then she does a good job.
For sure. I think Joe Rogan talked about that too.
Yeah,
Actually.
it's like, who cares? It's like, who cares? But that's what I mean by people being tricked. People think that. I mean, it's so far away from what Martin Luther King Jr. said about, like, you know, he has a dream that people will judge him off the content of his character, not the color of his skin. We're so far away from that now. I felt like, when I was a kid, when we were kids, I never felt this way.
No.
At all. And I don't know if that's just because I was a kid and I was oblivious to it and it was always around, but talking to my parents, they're like, it's way, you know, it's worse.
Right.
So, like, when I was a kid, I didn't see that stuff. Like, it didn't ever register to me about any of that. So... yeah, that would be a hot take too, is that people are...
For sure. Okay, my final question. Biggest fear? Like, I'm talking, like, not... It can be, like, the biggest thing you're afraid of, like, the biggest fear for you internally, like, biggest fear for the world, like, just flat out your biggest fear.
Yeah, I thought you asked me that.
We're deep diving.
I mean, deeper than that?
Yeah.
Deeper than what I said earlier?
Yeah, I'm talking, like, way more than just a career. Unless you think the career is your biggest fear.
I don't know, dying alone.
Okay, wow, that's dark. My bad.
Yeah.
Didn't mean to go there.
I don't know, like, I
kidding.
think that would be... I'll look at some things and I'm just like, it would be really shitty to be, like, you know, 40 and not have a family or that kind of stuff. Because family was such a big part of my life when I was younger. But the other thing, too, is... you could, depending on who you are, I mean, you could have family with friends too, but...
I lied. I have one more question for you.
Okay.
This is my final question. Do you live your life, like, in the moment, or do you live your life, like, kind of the smart way, hoping that you don't regret not doing something? Like, for me, like, I'm kind of like the square that we've talked about. So, like, I'll try to make the smart decision. And, like, I don't really have any, like, serious regrets.
Yeah.
There are things I wish I would have done, but it's nothing, like, life-changing or altering. But I'm also getting to the point now where I'm like... fuck it, I gotta do what I want to do.
Yeah.
So,
let me
like,
see if I can find this so I can back up my point here.
Uh-oh.
See if it's still on my phone.
Does that make sense, though?
Okay, here it is. All right, so this is called the Lion Chaser's Manifesto.
Okay.
Okay? It says, quit living as if the purpose of life is to arrive safely at death. Run to the roar. Set God-sized goals. Pursue God-given passions. Go after a dream that is destined to fail without divine intervention. Stop pointing out problems. Become part of the solution. Stop repeating the past. Start creating the future. Face your fears. Fight for your dreams. Grab opportunity by the mane and don't let go.
Okay.
Live like today is the first day and last day of your life. Burn sinful bridges, blaze new trails. Live for the applause of nail-scarred hands. Don't let what's wrong with you keep you from worshiping what's right with God. Dare to fail. Dare to be different. Quit holding out. Quit holding back. Quit running away. Chase the lion. So...
will you send me that, first off?
yeah, so I
and
read
foremost.
this when I was working for Total Quality Logistics downtown, which
Yeah.
is a freight brokering company.
Right.
They are a middleman between commodities and trucks.
Okay.
So I read this when I was working there. It was sent to me by my brother-in-law, Cliff. And I think like 2 days after I read it, I quit the job and I started streaming
Okay.
like full time.
You just took that leap.
But I also had I hadn't locked down a job to get paid hourly and do stuff. But it would have been perfectly fine for me to not do that. And, you know, at the time I was making the most money that I had because of the salary that it was, and there was potential sales sales could be made and it could make me more money.
For sure.
But I just didn't care, and this goes back to me like wanting to do something that I like. It's so funny because old people just don't get this, and by old I mean people who are like 40 and older.
Okay.
Which is so weird because at some point they had to have felt this way.
Right.
If you don't try now, when will you try? Like you're from 18 to like 35 is like your
time to do it.
The time to like try everything and fuck up, or try everything and succeed. Like that's just how I look at it. Like I was talking to Eno the other day, probably about a month ago, like right when we first started the podcast, and Eno has always been a huge supporter of mine. Like he was the person who
Right.
introduced me to Twitch when I started doing Twitch. He helped out. He helped me with my computer. He helped me with the settings. He
Right.
helped me with everything. And I mean, I'm not gonna I don't want to like take it away from him, but like I'm the reason why he played esports, because he had stopped, and my team that I was on, I believed was one key
Player
away from
Right.
going really well. And at one point we did do really well.
Yeah.
but it didn't pan out for my team or me, but it panned out for him. And then he ended up playing for a professional team. He won a tournament in Valencia, Spain.
Yeah.
He's been, I got to go watch him play. And so we've always really supported one another. And he said, like, he feels that a podcast forum is like where I will thrive after like listening and doing stuff. And I agree with him.
I do too,
and I really love streaming too. I don't like it less. I like the people who are on the platform less now because they're all fucking whiny babies and they cry about everything.
Yeah.
And they never just realize that they're playing video games. Like, so, I think they take for granted what they're able to do.
Yeah. See, it's funny. Dude, you talked about like taking the leap and like going out and trying shit. And like to this day, like fear is my biggest failure. And like, just that fear alone is like what keeps me from trying shit. And I know, like the second that I tried stuff or like took that leap, it all worked out just fine.
Yeah, dude. Okay.
It's just that first step.
Here's a story.
Yep.
Okay.
Ready.
When I moved to Colorado, I was working for a company called Avenue, a startup company. They sold 30-day programs that were basically motivational things. So like Gary Vee could potentially sell like a 30-day package with this company. They would team up with actors or influencers, all these different people. I think there was a website where like you could learn how to script write with like Hollywood writers or learn how to act with people. Can't remember what it was called. But anyway, that's what they did. And I thought it was the biggest bullshit thing. Like, I think motivational speakers, for most of the sense, are somewhat taking advantage of people's whimsical nature of, like, wanting to succeed. And I also think that if you need to watch that video to be motivated, you're probably not a motivated person. Like, because how much time is wasted
Just kidding. No, I hear
watching
you.
a 10-minute video all the time? And that's not to say you can't watch while you're multitasking.
No, for sure.
But...
See, and that's how I watch it. Like, there's a couple of videos that like I really like a Jim Carrey one, a Gary Vee one. I just put it in the background while I'm doing other
for
shit.
sure. I think that makes total sense.
But again, it's not like an everyday. It's not my anthem.
Yeah, but this is what the company was selling.
Right.
Something that you listen to for 3 minutes a day and watch this shit. And it could be on, productivity, management, all these different things. Well, I felt like it was stupid as fuck, but the job had set me up to do a lot of really cool things because I started working from home and I was making $1,600 a month, which not that much. No. But when I was younger, like that, again, like I have always moved to like positions or new jobs that have always paid me more than the last. The previous pretty much. So what it did was I could work really early, get up early, start my work, be done at like noon, go to the pool or do whatever I wanted to do, start work again at like 7. So I would get a head start on Tuesday. Yeah. And then I'd be done earlier, and then get a head start on Wednesday, and I'd be done earlier, and all this shit, right? Yeah. So it allowed me to do all this stuff. Well, then, because the company was doing really well, they moved me out to Colorado, which was a shitstorm. So if you ever are going to be relocated for a job, make sure you get everything in writing. I trusted these people, and they fucked me up. Like they just did.
Like what were they supposed to do for you?
Okay, so
if I can ask,
I sent an offer letter. I was getting paid $1,600 a month, like I said, and I sent a letter to them because they wanted me to like type something up what I wanted. Right. And so I sent the letter that I wanted to be paid $3,200 a month because I was relocating, and I wanted because I had to break my lease, they needed to pay for that, and they needed to pay my security deposit and my moving fees.
Okay. Oh, you'd moved out back here already.
I was at the Overlook Apartments in Murray Hill.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so that's where I was, and verbally the CEO agreed. Yeah. And so I said, cool. So then I started to do all that stuff. And how every company usually works like that is it's reimbursements. Right. So you pay for it, they reimburse you once they get the receipts and shit. Well, on the day I was leaving, I was like, everything's cool. Or no, it was the day before. I was like, everything's cool, right? And he said, yeah. And I said, okay, so we're agreed on this. And he's like, no, we're not agreed on that. Like, we agreed on a $900 raise. And then so I was just like, all my shit was packed in the U-Haul. Yeah. I should have said, I'm not coming. Yeah. I quit. And I should have gone somewhere else for work. But I didn't because I was like, all right, well, maybe, it's still more than I'm making. Yeah.
It'll turn around.
It's going to be a
like
real cool opportunity.
One speed bump.
Yeah. And then when I got there, they only paid for like $3,000 of my moving fee. So like $1,000 of that was the breaking my lease. And then to bring all my shit over there was more than $2,000 because it's a U-Haul for a certain period of time. Yeah. And then they didn't pay for my security deposit on my apartment. Ugh. So when I moved out with a friend at the time, Jason, who I ended up paying the full $1,600 month rent for the first month because I felt like it was my fault, right? Because I wasn't thorough enough in that sense. Well, then just bad things started to happen. I moved in November and they let me go in November. I moved in September and they let me go in November because I wasn't, because I didn't want to go into office. I was a contracted laborer, right? I had a specific job that I needed to hit specific numbers and I didn't need to be in an office to do that. Right. And I kept getting in trouble in the office because the owner's wife, who not in a weird way, but liked me, and she liked to hang out, and they had a ping pong table because they wanted to be super millennial. Right. So she'd always ask me to do that kind of stuff. Owner's fucking wife is a small company. Like I felt like, to it's build like, a rapport, and I'm in a new place, man. I didn't know anybody, so these 100%. Were the people who most likely, if it had panned out, I would be friends with now. Right. And I just became like office bitch there when I was there. Like they made me drive to like IKEA in Denver and like pick up everyone's desks and do all this shit. And so like I just wasn't about wanting to be there. I wanted to do my work and then I wanted to get off and do my thing. Makes sense. One day I wasn't feeling well, so I told him I wasn't going to come into the office, and I did some work though, but I didn't finish my numbers for that day. But my numbers were meant to be hit on Friday. On Friday. Like I needed to hit X numbers by this day. They wanted the numbers to be split out evenly among the days, but that wasn't what the contract said. Right. So then later that evening around 5 or whatever, I started to stream because I felt better. I got in the bath, I put Epsom salt in, sweated out, and I felt a lot better. I stayed hydrated. And they saw that I streamed, and the next day they fired me for that. Really? Yeah. And interesting. So anyway, then I'm in Colorado, a couple thousand miles away, or maybe 1,500 or whatever. And I had some money saved, but I was just like, fuck it, I'm just going to start streaming. So I streamed every day from about noon to 8 or 9. Like I streamed pretty long. And some nights it was for that. And in December, I streamed from the 1st to the 19th, I streamed 210 hours. So over 10 hours a day.
Damn. So would you say like getting fired kind of was just like, cool, I have to do this? Like, well, or not even, let me rephrase that. Not that you have to do it. It made me go, well, this is where I'm at. This is the hand that I'm dealt. And dude, So it was almost like I might as well just try this right now.
Before I even read that, I felt like that was a thing that I was meant to do. Like I was destined, that was the place I was supposed to be in. Mm-hmm. So I just did that. And then come one month, I think it was like February or April. So I originally wanted to break the lease and come home. Mm-hmm. Because the lease to break it was going to be, it was again like $1,000. It wasn't that much. It might have been more than that, but it would have sucked. Like we would have wasted a lot of money doing it. But me and the roommate that I was with would have been much happier at home than we were there. For sure. Because he had money saved up, and then he ended up working at Target, and he hated it. And then like I didn't want to go work somewhere, and I should have just gotten this job in a movie theater. Like when I look at it now, so this is the difference. Like you probably would have just went out and found a new job, and that would have been it. But I was like, no, I'm going to do this thing, and I think come like February or March, I had rent was going to be due. My rent was like $750 or $800, and I had $8 or $7 in my bank account. And I had no idea, and I was too proud to ask for that amount of money. I did a little bit of work for my cousin, and it took a while for him to pay me, so I had to borrow money from my grandma, so I owed her $200 for a decent amount of time. The day before I was streaming, I was like, I'm just going to stream, and a lot of people put donation goals up. I didn't do any of that because I felt like it was rude to some extent. And I ended up making $2,200 that night. Damn. Yeah, I didn't tell anybody though.
Dude, that's
dope. And
so
what happened was
that's incredible. That's a story and a half.
Yeah, so someone had told me, or someone had donated a certain amount of money, and then the next person donated to beat their donation, and then they just kept going at it. And then pretty soon I just had all this fucking money, and I was, it would have been one of the first times that I would break down just by the kindness of someone's heart, right? I think I probably cried afterwards. I don't remember if I cried on stream. Right.
Face cam died, guys. Sorry, I gotta go.
Yeah, but that's just the type. I've always been that type of person who
you take accountability. Cool, I got myself in this mess. I gotta figure it out.
Yeah, but also I wear my heart on my sleeve. What you see is what you get. There's no. I think I'm like Jesse in that stance. I'm always going to be. Now I might hold a little bit back based off of certain people that I'm around, and I think Jesse does too. But for the most part, I'm me. I'm just going to be me. And I learned that a long time ago that you can't make people happy if you live your life based off of what other people think about you. You're always going to be fucking miserable.
And see, that's the point I'm getting to now. Is I'm slowly starting to branch out into that world.
Yeah, you're just going to be miserable, man. 100%. You just have to do it. And so those are types of things, and that, you know, looking back on it, it doesn't make very much sense that I did those things, but I'm so happy I did.
Yeah, see,
because I took a risk. Dude, this is the thing. I became one of 16,000 people on Twitch who are partnered where there's 2 million unique streamers a day on that channel. I was one of 16,000. So people always tell you it's the 1%. Well, I was the 1% of the fucking 1%, dude.
Yeah, that's tight.
Right?
That's incredible.
I wasn't making good, like, buku bucks. I'm not Ninja.
Right.
I wasn't Gold Glove at the time. I'm not Summit. I'm not all these guys. But I was doing something, and I was super proud of it. But this is the thing, man, was that parents don't, and older people don't fucking get it.
Yeah.
They don't get that you can make money doing cool things. Like, this podcast could potentially become lucrative in some sense. I don't expect it to, and I'm not doing it for that thing.
Right.
But I think we would be lying to ourselves if we didn't think that it was possible.
Yeah.
Especially now, like the support that we've gotten and some of the crazy, like, it's just crazy. Like, we're 2 dudes from Oregon who get watched by people in fucking Pakistan, Thailand, Germany, the UK, Portugal. Like, that's fucking insane to me.
Wow.
And that's what's so cool about streaming to me was
you didn't know where the people were coming from.
I know, yeah, and then I can learn about people, man. Like I said, I've had 2 people come visit, like 2 people I would have never met in my life if I didn't do that thing.
For sure.
And
that's rad.
And people who are old. If people who are older just don't understand that it's possible, and they will do everything to convince you of fear disguised as practicality.
Taking the safe route, yeah.
It's fear disguised as practicality.
For sure.
They think that it's an impractical decision because of how they grew up and of what they don't know. And the other thing is that they don't get educated on it, man. They don't read. They don't look into it. They don't look at what's possible. My family hated that I was streaming when I was making more money hourly streaming than what I was making at Cinetopia, and they fucking still hated it, and they still did everything they could do to, like, try and break me down from it. And I'm not trying to talk shit about my family, but that's how I felt about it. It's how I still feel about it, whether or not that was their intent. It's how I still feel about it.
Right.
And there are some who are really good. Told stories about Kirsten who fucking amped me up about it. But that's why friends are so important, and you just have to take your shot, like,
for sure.
Because if you don't,
you'll regret that. And
you will
that shit
instantly
kills.
fucking regret that shit. Like, you just will.
So last question for you. We're gonna end it on this one. Man walks into the room right now and says you can do anything you want for the rest of your life. What do you do?
I write books.
There it is.
Yeah,
That's
I would
it?
write books. Yeah, I can't stress how cool it would be for me to see my name on a cover of a book that someone randomly picked up.
That'd be cool.
It'd be so awesome.
It's like sit in a bookstore all day and just hover and be like,
yeah, it was like that someone would walk into, you know, you talk about Barnes & Noble's pals. They walk into an Amazon bookstore and they would walk through a fucking library of books, a maze of books, and somehow pick mine.
Yeah.
They look at the cover, they read my name, they read the synopsis on the back, and they read it and hopefully enjoy it. Like, that's so cool to me. Whether or not they enjoy it or not, like, that'd be really cool. And that's, I would love.
I like that.
I really would like to do it. But yeah, I'm just saying, if you have some goal, whether it's music or, you know, some shit, just do that thing. Like, try it. Do what you can, because the thing is now with the internet is, like, you don't have to be huge. You know, I wonder how many people know who NF is who listen to the podcast. Like, if they haven't looked him up, did they know who he was before I said his name?
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
His Let You Down went triple platinum, right?
Yeah.
People still don't know who he is. He's making millions of dollars and people don't know who he is. That should be a perfect reason for you to say, I can go do this thing. For sure. You still, that doesn't mean you throw caution to the wind and you just do whatever. Like, don't take into any security into account. And, you know, stay healthy and do all those kinds of things. But take your shot, man. Fucking do whatever the fuck you want. If what you want to do is go into Europe and backpack traveling, save up money for a fucking year, stop buying alcohol, stop buying cigarettes and weed, and fucking going out, sell your car, take the bus, do whatever the fuck you need to do, raise the money, and then go backpack for fucking months.
I love it.
Go do that shit. Like, why not?
That's dope, man.
Older people will tell you not to do it.
I can honestly say I've never heard that story. I've never heard that experience.
I mean, I've talked about it a few times, but
not to that depth, not to the point where I really got to know, like, the full.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot more to that story about how fucking depressing it was. Devin talked about it. Talked to me about it a little bit. How he, like, instantly knew that I was, like, fucking down in the dumps, and I was, man. I won't lie, and I think this is a very true thing for everybody. I think every person in the world at one point has thought that it would be easier if they died, and there were multiple times. Not that I would ever do it,
right? No, I hear you.
But there were multiple times where I was like, I could just, and yeah, I mean, I sold my guns for a reason. So yeah.
No, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Damn.
I just think like everyone will benefit from a fucking therapist, whether it's once a month, once a year,
I went to
a couple
therapy
times.
as a kid.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to do it. You know how awesome that is? Just be able to unload all your shit on some fucking person.
It was awesome. I used to be a hardcore perfectionist, and like, dude, like he just straight up showed me like, see that poster? I was like, yeah. It was like every Pokemon card, cut, like not cut, but like printed out, done, like all 151, right? All right there. And I'm like, oh, that's so cool. He goes, yeah, but it's not perfect. And I go, what? He goes, bent in that corner, and it was bent, and it drove me nuts. And he's like, but I'm okay with it. And like every time I came, I was like, oh, that's so cool. There's a bend. Oh, that's so cool. There's a bend.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. Oh, that's cool. And like it slowly like worked me out of it.
Yeah,
It was interesting.
Yeah, I just think like you just have to. You have to have some self-esteem.
You
and
just
have to have
gotta
some
motor
drive
through
and
it.
motor through it. Yeah.
It's
everything works out, man.
Yeah.
Everything
it really
does.
It really.
As long as
life
you're not
is
being
funny
a
how it
fucking
works.
dumbass.
You know what's really funny? Because I've been a little down in the dumps lately, but not like real bad, but just uphill battle.
Yeah, because it's fucking raining in summer.
That's fair too. I went to the gym today and I ran to Tan Lu.
Yeah.
Dude, oh my god, talk about like the world giving me what I needed. Like Tan was such like a good refresher.
That guy's a bundle of fucking
dude,
energy.
he's the man. So nice, so positive, like just so good to see that dude. And it was a blast, man. I fucking love that kid. Tan, if you're listening, I love you.
There's always some stuff that you have to like work on, right? Like I get angry fast
Always.
for some reason, and I used to not.
We all do.
But I don't know. I just think people need to do their thing, and they need
For sure.
whatever that might be. It could be a safe route, but
and
just do it.
There's no one path for everybody.
Yeah, just
and that's the
fucking
cool
rip
part.
into that shit.
Right.
Sink your teeth in.
But yeah, dude, that was a good talk, man.
Yeah.
That was really good. Dude, that was nice.
Yeah, man. So what we got coming up is we got Colin in the bedroom studio.
Colin
here.
Christensen, architect.
Architect. Yeah. If you guys watched How I Met Your Mother.
Pinch poke, you owe me Coke. Challenge accepted.
So he'll be here. We'll record on Sunday. It comes out Monday.
Yep. The 15th.
We're going to talk about all different sort of stuff. Yeah, Monday the 15th. 4 a.m. Pacific time. Make sure to follow the Twitter @Neighbor Podcast. Same thing with the Instagram. Make sure to follow the Facebook or like the Facebook page. Subscribe.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay. Subscribe on any of the things that you watch. We really appreciate all love and support. We just
100%.
crossed over 800
Yeah, fucking
total
thank you
downloads.
guys.
So we're
That's
real
incredible.
close to 1,000.
Yeah.
Which is just insane.
That's the next landmark.
There's a couple of Iowa joined this month. Georgia just joined.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, we had someone from Thailand, like I said earlier.
We gotta update that map.
Yeah, so we got a lot of different cool stuff. And then, we're just we're thrilled. Thank you guys so much.
Super grateful. You guys are humbling us.
Yeah.
It's been a blast knowing
guys.
you guys are out there listening.
Take care.
So,
We'll see you next time.
Adios. Toodaloo, motherfucker.